Hey, loves, I wanted to come on here today and talk about something we never really learned in school, and that is the power of energy and how we are able to shift our inner energy within us, our inner reality, to create the outside reality, the 3D that we see on the outside, and how that energy can begin to shift. So if you've been feeling really kind of lost lately, unfulfilled, or not really sure where to go, this video is for you. And so I've been getting a lot of downloads lately to share this with you because I think right now, the collective consciousness, there's a lot of waking up kind of going on, right? Maybe you just woke up, or maybe you've been on your journey for a while. And you begin to notice that you kind of have your ebbs and flows, or it's like a roller coaster where you've been going up and then you tip and you go down, right? And that seems to be really the ebb and flow of everybody's spiritual journey. But maybe you're in a place right now where you're kind of feeling lost, unfulfilled, and you're just like, you know what? I don't really know what's the point of my journey. Why is my outside reality not reflecting what it is that I truly want to manifest? Why do I kind of feel, just kind of just there, kind of like a blob, And we want to talk about the art of alchemy. How can we alchemize within ourselves and have that reflect out that which we want? And when we realize that everything is energy, that everything is interconnected, right? I am you and you are me. We can begin to figure out ways to move this energy through us and alchemize it in a way that's going to be higher vibrational and a higher frequency to create the reality that we want. So some ways that we can do that is when we first wake up, many times, and I'm guilty of this myself, we tend to grab our phones, right? And that kind of will set the tone for the day, because the first thing we may open up is social media, the news, checking messages, and if it's checking work emails, well, not guilty of that. And we can then set the tone for the day when we do that, right? We are setting ourselves up to be controlled by the energy. And if you have figured out a way to alchemize within yourself, a way to where you are not affected by that when you first wake up, that's wonderful. But that's not our main focus. What we can do is we can begin to do our exercises, right? Meaning our spiritual, mental exercises, even physical. Maybe we're doing stretching. We're doing a quick morning meditation. And another great way to check our energy is to do a full body scan. We're starting at the top of our head and moving our way down to our feet. And what we're doing is, first of all, it's a really great grounding technique. And the second thing we're doing is we're checking in within the energy of our mind and our physical body. And what we're checking in for is, what are we feeling today? What emotions are kind of coming up? Are there any unconscious patterns? What is it that my energy is feeling like today? And if we're feeling out of sync, what we can do is then we can begin to move into a meditation practice. We can do more grounding, and we can maybe do some yoga, some light stretching, some kundalini breathing, and we can begin to move and shift our energy into something that we want. Other ways that it may come up physically is that, are we irritated? Are we feeling numb? Are we fatigued and tired? Though, even though we might not have anything mental going on, we then can realize that there's something kind of going on energetically. So we can say, okay, there's stuff in me that kind of is stagnant and really needs to be moved out of my body and alchemized into a higher vibration. And when we do this, we can realize, okay, I'm going to raise my vibration, because if not, we can still feel these emotions, fear, doubt, resentment, comparison. And that really lowers our energy. That kind of brings us down more, right? And then we can stay in that funk all day, days, weeks, months, and because we're not checking in with ourselves like we need to do. And we really need to also make sure that our nervous system is functioning properly. So, like I said, I mentioned meditation, I mentioned some grounding, right? Checking in with our body, maybe doing some reflexology, and really focusing on moving our energy that's stagnant, that's within us, through our feet and down into Mother Earth for her to consume. If you're able to go outside in the morning and breathe in some fresh air, maybe stick your feet on some grass, that's wonderful. It's not always realistic, especially in the winter. And we can just kind of check in with ourselves more, right? Another really great move is moving our bodies, energy, physically, right? We're shaking, we're dancing, and I mentioned stretching. So those are really great things too. That's a great way to wake up your body. I do a form in my shamanism training. In my shaman training, I was taught a form of Kundalini breathing, that I'm moving my body, breathing, and also kind of standing still at the same time. Hard to describe, but I really can't suggest enough to try some Kundalini breathing. It really wakes you up in the morning, and it really helps shape and shift your energy into something of more high vibration. And another really great technique that you can do is by mentally telling yourself that you're going to have a great day and setting the tone and the intention for the day. Today is going to be wonderful. I bring in peace into my life. I bring in more love into my life. I bring more joy into my life, regardless of what's kind of going on. And I've said this before and other times, that when we're doing these type of practices, it's very important to not follow the mind. The mind is going to tell you that today's going to suck. Your mind's going to tell you that you have all of the stuff to do. You're going to be stressed out. You got to take care of this, and this. And I've learned this from my mentors over the years. A great practice that you can do before bed is go in and have a journal readily available. And what you're going to do is that you are going to write down everything that needs to be done for the following day. That's what you're going to do. It's a great practice to do before bed, so you're not thinking about it. And it's a great practice to have done for the following morning, so we are not thinking about all the things that need to be done. It's there, it's organized, it's on a piece of paper, in a journal, or whatever you have, and it's ready to go for the next day. That way, your mind can become more clear. You're not holding on to it, and you're not holding on to the story associated with the items that need to be done. And if you are somebody that suffers from mental health, please, these are great practice in conjunction with your therapy and whatever else that you have implemented in your life. Please, you can implement these practices that I have told you about today, and it will really help to shift and alchemize within your body the things that you have going on in the mental realm, in the mental body, and in the emotional body, and be able to really move a lot of it through. So, my friends, thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you so much for the likes and the comments. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed talking to you. It's really amazing the stories that you share, and that you also have a passion for the spiritual path and the alchemy that comes with being a human being here on this earth, and that you're ready to shift into the new earth as the new human being powerful, authentic, and true to themselves. All right, my friends, you take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.